Hello everybody, I am Faja, and welcome to another Digimon lore video. Today my friend has asked a question about the Dark Rings and Black Gears. So let's talk about that, shall we? Now when it comes to the question of, are the Dark Rings and Black Gears just data manipulation? The answer to that is yes and no. See, the black data, or the dark data within the digital world has a very specific origin. And that origin is the calamity of all digital worlds, is the destruction of all digital worlds, is the antithesis to all digital life forms. The digital hazard. See, after the digital hazard entered into the digital world from the world of Witchelney being released by the very first Wizardmon who stole the Akashic Records, it would enter into the digital world and find a brand new, shining opportunity of destruction. But the digital hazard saw this succulent new world and decided that it would use it for its advantage, and it would savor the destruction of this multiverse. And so it would take time to understand the digital world as one of its inhabitants, converting itself into a Digimon known as Megidramon, that in fact had a duality. For inside Megidramon's form and consciousness was the fusion of the stolen Vortex Warrior that would be known as Chaos Gallantmon. And once Megidramon had learned all that it needed to, this dark consciousness would begin its cacophony of chaos, its fugue of destruction, causing the first calamity of the digital world, destroying more than 80% of it before the other members of the Four Great Dragons could stop Megidramon and destroy its body, releasing it into free-form data, which was all part of the digital hazard's plan, leaving behind a Digitama with no Digicore that would eventually be used to create one of the Dark Lords. And as freeform data, Megidramon would manipulate one of the greatest members of the digital world, one of the prime Digimon, an architect, Lucemon, the progenitor of all vaccine and angel-type data within the digital world. Lucemon would be manipulated by the digital hazard as its greatest pawn, and would place the powder keg and light the spark that would ignite the first great digital war. The hate, the animosity, the death, and the corrupted data that occurred during this first war would be the birth of a new Dark Digimon. Using pieces of the digital hazard's own self to create this being, Apocalypmon would be born as the origin of all dark data. I hope you enjoyed this Digimon lore video, my friends. See you next time.